Hi everyone, it's Debbie from Nature's Caress back again. Today I'm going to make a soap that reflects a rugged and hot landscape that you see in the Pilbara area of my state in Western Australia. I've been preparing this for a couple of days, so wish me luck and let's get cracking. Okay, I'm back again. What I intend to do today is actually put 4 layers in the soap. And I'm going to also put in half a sun, which I've already done in melt and pour a couple of days ago in a column mould. The first layer I'm going to use a mica called Red Desert, so that's appropriate. I've mixed that up already, so that's going to go in the first layer. So I just need to get my fragrance oil. Now what I'm using today is called Lavender Martini, which is just a lovely fragrance, so I thought I'd go along with that because I've only used it once before and I thought why not. So let's get started. Just pop my lye water mixture into my oils, soaping at room temperature as per usual. I just find that easier. Okay, I'll mix that in. I'm going to stir my fragrance oil in after, just in case. As I say, I'm not that familiar with the fragrance oil, so I'm going to put my mica mixture in now. Now I want it fairly strong because I really want to make a statement with the bottom layer. So let's get mixing. As I said, I've divided this all off into 4 layers, so I'm mixing my lye with my oils separately so that I can take my time and do each layer and let it set up. What a mess I'm making. Okay. So I'm going to just mix my fragrance oil in and then just pour that one straight into the mould and let that set up before I do the next layer. I'm just going to put about 1/4 of the fragrance oil in there. I'll just go with 5%, that's what the recommended amount is for this particular fragrance oil. The whole batch of soap itself is 2 kilograms of oils. Lock that up, bring my mould over and I'll pour that in. It's still very liquidy, but it doesn't matter. I've got time for it to set up and I think that's the perfect colour what I was going for. Okay, that's looking good. I'll bring you back for the next layer. I'm back again. So now what I'm doing, it's starting to set up a bit here. That's what I want it to do. So what I'm going to do is sort of just bring the soap up a little bit so it's not just a flat line, because I think that looks a bit boring. So I'm just going to sort of push this up to make it a bit of a ripple. I think that just looks better than having it flat, so I'm just making it like so. I don't want a real hill, so I think that will do it. And then I'm going to mix up my next batch as soon as this sets up. So I'm going to do about half that with one colour and then half again with another colour, all in these desert type themes. So the next colour I mixed up was rosewood mica and some opulence gold mica together to give me sort of a goldy colour as well as the desert colour coming through. And then the next layer I'm just going to do just the opulence gold on top of that. And once I've done those 2 layers, I'll sculpture them a bit as well, and then I'm going to put my sun in next, and then we'll work on the sky. So what I'll need to do now is actually mix up the next colour. I'll put that out of my way over there, and I will get on with that. So this is, I've already divided the lye and the oils, as I said, like before. So I'll mix them together. I'll put my colour in and a bit of fragrance, and then I'll be able to pour that. Wanted a little bit different colour to the other layer. I think I've sort of achieved that. I may need to put a little bit more gold in that, so that's what I will do. It's just a bit too similar to the other colour, I think, at this stage. I won't overdo the gold, just a smidgy, and we'll see how that goes. Yeah, that's better. And I'll just put a little bit of fragrance oil, because this is sort of like an 1/8 of a layer. Okay, that's good. I'll just so you can see what I'm doing. I'll just have to break the fall of this going in next. That's okay, I'll just see. I think I'm going to have to wait just a little bit longer before I do pour it. It's not quite set up yet. I'm not just quite happy with that at the minute. So we'll come back. Okay, it's looking okay now, so I'm going to just pour this in here before this sets up too much. And that'll just go into that groove for me. And that's perfect. As I say, I live in Western Australia. And I've lived in the Pilbara for 10 years. I lived there from 1984 to 94, and it was a great place to live in the day. And of course there was lots of rugged countryside, and I thought, yeah, I'm going to do that because I love all those colours. So hopefully I can replicate it well enough that you could recognise it. Okay, so I'm going to have to wait for that to set up, and I'll have to sculpture that a little bit as well, so I'll bring you back again. Okay, I'm back and it's set up, starting to set up, so I'm just going to do it from the other way this time. See how that goes, and I'll just play around with it a bit till I get it how I think I want it. I just want it a bit higher in the centre, but I don't really want to peak, I don't think. I'm really just experimenting at this stage and see how it goes, but I think it'll look good. Just don't want a flat line, so anything that's not, it should be fine, I think. Alright, now I'm going to do the next colour and do the same thing again. So let's put push out that way and let's go again. So this time I'm going to use a gold mica. Just have gold on the top of this one. So what I'll do is I'll pour that straight in before I add my lye, because then I can't worry about holding the stick blender and everything else. So that's good. Just have to stir it in my fragrance oil at the end. So put my live oil. Nice colour. Add a bit of fragrance oil. So that's all I need for the clean off my stick blender, and that's setting up really well. Washing up water. Okay, I'll put my fragrance oil in. Yes, I've done that, so that's good. This is a caramelly colour. I'm getting the colours right, I think, today. They're all going to blend in well together. Let's just see how this is going. I think it's not bad. I think I can go for it. See how we go. I'll just start a little bit and see if it's not going. It's got to do it gently. That's good. Beautiful. That went well. Okay, that's great. Now it's time for my sun to go in. So hopefully that works out good. I might give this a bit of a tap down too, but being so liquidy, I should be right without getting any, hopefully, any air pockets in there. Okay, that's all done. That's great. Just give it a tap. Should be good enough. Now I'm going to have to wait a little while, because then I'm going to put my little sun embed on top, but I need to sort of have that sculptured a little bit as well. So I will bring you back for the next instalment. This is set up now, so I'm going to try and sculpture that as well, so that I can put my sun in it now. My yellow brilliant sun. So I'm just going to do this way and then sort of lay it in that valley there, and then I can get on with doing the sky. Hopefully that's even. Oh well, here goes nothing. I'm going to put it a little bit over, not real close to the side. I'll push that around in a minute. That's okay. Bit on the end doesn't matter, because I'll cut that bit off. I'll just push it a little bit further. No, I'm not going to do that, because I might break it. And that was looking good. I'll just give this a little bit of a thingy, just because I can. Okay, sort of hard to know how it's going to turn out when you cut it, but I'm giving it my best shot. Just hope the colours stay true, that's all, because at the moment they look quite good. I think that's got to go over a little bit more, so I'll push him over. Don't want it right close to the edge. Starting to set up, so that's good. I'm going to hold it in place. So now the tricky bit's going to do the sky. I'm trying to do it with, I've got a blue, I've got grey, I've got sort of like the mica that I use for the base mixed with a bit of titanium and some gold, and then I've got some titanium dioxide. So I'm going to mix them all up and then do a like in the pot swirl and tip that over the top, so that I'm going to get the sky like a really brilliant sky with all those colours coming through, just like we have in our state. Okay, so that's pretty good now. I think I'll push that to the side and I'll get cracking with the other ones. I'll mix them up and see how we go. So I will get on with it. Push that out of the way, yep, as I said. Move that over. Let's clear the decks a bit. So this is ready to go. Okay, I'm getting there. It's a long drawn out process when you make a soap like this, but hopefully it'll be worth it. Let's mix that up. Let's see. Don't want to over mix it because I've got to mix 4 colours. Oh golly, I've done that before today. Why am I doing that? I don't know. Probably because the jug's small. Okay, that's to emulsification. That's enough because I don't want it to go too thick on me. I have to mix them together, so I have to leave it fairly fluid. Going to put that over there before I spill it all over the place. So I'm going to see how that goes. Hopefully I can get my stick blender in there. I've got 4 colours going on here. Now I wonder which one I should do the most of, or just do them all the same. I suppose you want a fair bit of the white coming through like the clouds, so maybe I should do a little bit more of the white. I'm really not sure about that. Anyway, I'll pour. I don't know. Broken off, it's no good. Put that there. I'll just stick with my gut feeling and do a bit more of the white. I don't know if I'm making a boo-boo or what I'm doing here. A little bit of fragrance in each one. Save the rest for the top. Okay, that's good. Get a spoon and mix him up. So I'll go with my, leave that till the end because the titanium sets up the quickest. Now I just want a grey for the sky. I really don't want a lot of grey, do I? So maybe I'll do more, not a lot of grey at all. I don't want a real grey sky. That's probably good enough. That, we'll just see how that goes in a moment. And we're going to go with the blue. We want lots of blue too, I suppose. It's probably blue enough, maybe. And some of this colour, which is the pinky. I'm trying to get then the sky thing happening. Enough of here as well, and then the titanium's going in here, and then we're going to do them in the pot swirly-dirly. So I will just mix these a bit with the stick blender, see what happens, and then pour them into one pot. Let's see how it goes. That's okay. They're a little bit small, aren't they, these little containers, but it's the best I can do. Maybe Probably should have used a small jug instead. Anyway, learning curve, always a learning curve. Nearly lost that one. And I'll do the black. I think it's going to be good. I'm hoping, but I am making a hell of a mess here. I'll clean that up shortly. I'll just get this one done and then we'll clean up. Okay, that's good enough. Okay, now I've got to get it in the pot together and pour it in the thing, in the mould. Right there, get you done. Alright, let's give it a stir and clean up a bit. That's good. Blue's beautiful. Let's get rid of all this mess. And that's the, get the white in there, and there's that one there. It's just revolting trying to work in a mess. I can't bear it, so I've just got to clean up. Bear with me, and then we'll do it in the pot swirl and we'll get it in there. So we're going to tip that in there. This is a bit of a lottery trying this, but if it turns out, you'll be seeing it. If you don't, you won't. You know what I mean? I think. Looking sky. Okay, now I'm going to give it a bit of a swirl with my stick. Bring it a bit closer over here, and that's ready to go. So I'm going to pour that on top. So I can do it properly. And I'll put my fragrance in, that's good, double checking. This has gone thicker because it's taken me longer, but I'll tap it down directly. It's a bit too much for the mould, but don't matter. I'll get it in there somehow. Doesn't matter if I've got a bit of a hump. I've still got another layer to put on the top. Okay, so I'm going to go and tap that down. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I'm back again. I've been humming and hawing what I'm going to put on the top. I've decided to pipe, and I want to bring black into this because we have a lot of Indigenous people in our Pilbara and Kimberley region in Australia and in other areas as well. And I wasn't sure, I didn't want to do black and white, I thought that was too stark. So what I'm going to do is half black and half yellow. I feel the yellow I'll bring in the colour of the sun, so that's what I've decided to do. So I'm going to mix this together and see how we go. And I'm going to do the log method again today. So I've got the two distinct colours because I think that's just more vibrant. I'll put my fragrance oil in because I'm pretty sure it's safe. It doesn't accelerate, so I'm going to put everything in so I can get on with it because this has been a long time soaping now. I'll mix this together and then I'll put the colours in. Okay, that's to emulsification. I'll divide them up and then I have to put them in my, I'm going to do the log method as I said, so that takes a bit of fiddling around. So what I'll do is I'm going to mix my colours in. I'll show you that part of it, and then when I'm doing the log thingy I will do that away from the camera and bring you back after that. But in the meantime I will do 50-50 of the black and of the actual yellow, the same colour I did the sun. So if I get that similar will be good. I'm just going to have to wing it and see. I want it fairly strong on the top. See what I end up with. I'll do my yellow first. I might have to add a bit more because I really want it strong. I think that's good enough. I might need a bit more black though. Yeah, it's not black enough. I'll just get some black liquid and add that in. This, and as I say, I'll have to wait for this to set up a bit before I can put it in my logs in my Glad wrap, and then I'll be putting it in the piping bag. So I will bring you back in a little while when I'm all ready to pipe. Okay, come back. I've already put the one log into my piping bag. I'll just show you what I do. I'll bring this over. I've showed it to you in another video, which I've actually copied from another soap maker, Jen in America, which I just do with some of my piping so that I get two distinct colours. So that's all I do, is I lay a log of each colour in there and then I wrap it up, and then it's just easier. I can just pop it in my piping bag when I need the next lot of piping. So I'll leave that over there, and I've got to get on with it because it'll be setting up very shortly and I need to keep going. So I will show you what I'm doing. That's good there, I think. So yeah, I've just tried it already and it's going well. So trying to get it between the lines because that's how my bars of soap are going to be cut. Just check you can see what I'm doing here. I hope it doesn't go blurry. Last time I did a video of my cupcakes, and the last half of it was blurry, so I couldn't upload it, which was really disappointed because you spend a lot of time on it. But that's life. Just hope I've made the right decision with the colours on the top and haven't spoilt it. So far so good. I will just go in between. Piping, you've just got to get just the right consistency. If it's too runny, it's no good, and then once it starts setting up, you lose it. So you've just got to go with the flow. What I'll do is I'll take this one out and put the other loggy one in. Pull this out. A little bit left in there, but it's easier this way. This one's starting to set up, so I've really got to get on with it. Okay, let me put some more here. I've only been working with this mould probably for 3 batches, so I'm still figuring out. I make up a 2,000 gram batch for this, but it may be a bit much. I'll see what size I end up with. I might just go in from the side here. Because I've got plenty of piping left. Icing, it's like cake icing, I suppose. I'm happy with the colour, it looks quite good. I hope you think it looks good too. Just turn it around and go from the other side. Now I want to have the yellow on the outside, so I need to do it that way. So that's what I like about this log method. You can get the 2 distinct colours, which I think looks really good. When I mix them together, it's just sort of all a bit of a hodgepodge. Sometimes it's alright on some things. I think I'm just going to have enough, hopefully, and it stayed great consistency, so that fragrance oil's nice to work with, because one I did the other day didn't, it played up terribly, but that was called Martini, Lavender Martini, that's right, and that was really, it's a beautiful smell, really nice. Okay, I'm not going to have enough to go, so I'll put one on the end. What I'm going to do is put I've got diamond inbeds and some Himalayan pink coarse salt. Let's put little ones on top, hopefully I'll have enough to do the whole lot. And then I'll put my diamonds. As I said before, I wanted to do opals, but I couldn't really do them. I didn't know how to do, you know, I didn't know. I started out doing little balls and they didn't look right. They didn't look like, because I mean opals are a particular shape, aren't they? So I thought Argyle in the Kimberleys in Western Australia, so I thought I'll go with diamonds instead. And I think I should stop, because otherwise I'm going to end up with a big mess here. So there we go, that's that done. Now, I suppose we need some glitter, because you always do. Now, what colour will I put on the top? Let me think about that. I've got the diamonds and I've got the, I'll show you, I'm going to put the Himalayan rock salt on the top, and I'm going to put some diamonds on the top. So I might go with, I'll see what glitter I've got, probably just only the white one is the only one, or I could go with the gold dust, because that's pretty well like, let's see what we end up with here. I'll put a bit of gold dust on it. Yeah, that's looking good. That's the one. So we've got the gold theme coming in. Okey-doke, let's get cracking with the embeds. So I made them, I had to cut a bit off the side so that they'll fit in. And that's good. If you want to keep watching, otherwise turn me off. I know it can be a bit boring at this part, but we'll see how we go. I think it's looking good. I'm really happy with the way it's turned out. It's been an arduous process, really. I've been about 2 weeks thinking about what I'm going to do here. So I'm really happy the way it's turning out so far. I'm just hoping when I do the cut tomorrow that it'll look really specky. I'm hoping, so hoping. But anyway, it's all trial and error, isn't it really? And I'm not an artist by any means. I'm just pretty basic at that kind of thing. I can't draw to save myself or anything like that, but I can look at pictures and think, yeah, that looks good, I can do that. To, you know, copy. I found a picture of the Pilbara with gorges and beautiful water coming through and waterfalls, you name it, but I thought, I don't think I can incorporate that into this. Not at this stage. Maybe I'll get more artistic as I go on. But, yeah. Whoopsie daisy. Don't knock him over. You stay put. Okay, I'm hoping I've got enough. I counted and counted. Okay. As I say, anybody knows where you can get a little opal silicone mould from, please let me know. Leave me a comment, because I'd like to do an opal one as well. But I thought, well, we've got diamonds in Western Australia, so it's not sort of like completely off the track of what I'm doing. And we're sure we've got lots of red dirt up north and lots of sun, so that's good. Now I wonder if I should put the salt on top. I wonder if that's worth doing. Well, I'm doing it, so let's see what happens. I have to just make sure I don't put it where I'm going to cut it though, because then it's going to scrape the soap when I cut through, isn't it? So I have to watch out for that. Anyway, I'll bring you back when it's finished. Okay, this is the finished product. I've put the little bits of salt, the rock salt, Himalayan rock salt on the top, and we've got my diamonds. I will just spray it with some rubbing alcohol, and I'll bring you back tomorrow to cut it. Thank you. Hi, I'm back again. I've back to cut the soaps the next day, my Kimberley soaps. I had a little sneak peek and preview of the end bar, and I think it's going to be okay. So let's get started and see what you think. There it is. They're huge bars, a bit over the top, that's the only thing. They're quite big, but I think they look pretty good. So I'll keep cutting. I'll cut a couple more, and then if you don't want to watch anymore, that's fine. I'm just going to cut one or two more, and then I'll show you the finished product when they're all cut. There we go. The sky is not probably quite what I wanted. I wanted that pink coming all the way through, but hopefully get the idea. Okie doke. Well, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video. Please subscribe to my channel. If you want to purchase any of my soaps, I'll have the link down below. See you next time.